Hey, howdy everyone, Mossity here, back in action for more Strongheart Attraction. That's right, we just found out that Genji Osagi committed the particular branding of treachery simply because he wanted to see his son again, and nothing more. And yet here we are, as Lord Strongheart, in the last case of Great Ace Attorney 2, saying this. And as I told him at the time, my motive was simply to protect Britain from the damage the truth would do. To protect this country's law and order at any cost.
Objection!
I've never dared let myself even consider this possibility until now. But in the light of all this treachery, I have to ask. The mastermind behind the Reaper of the Bailey. Was it you, Lord Mael Strongheart? He's so happy about it, he's so smug, goddamn. A rather brilliant idea, wouldn't you say, Lord Brock von Zeeks? That the spirit of your late brother, the paragon of justice, should return to reap justice for his sibling. Could there be a more appetizing tale for London's masses, I ask you? What? What brazen? I knew that you play that part to perfection. But your role really wasn't that of some embodiment of death. No. You were London's guardian angel. An angel with bloody hands? I think not. Those who are cooperating with me already were only too happy to participate in my plan. Inspector Grayson, Dr. Wilson. My minions worked tirelessly to ensure that the finger of guilt could never come to rest on you. It's all thanks to them that you were exalted as the demigod the Reaper became. But Dr. Wilson left Britain 4 years ago, when he was invited to work in Japan. That's right. So I had to employ the services of his young protege after that. Dr. Courtney Seath. Dr. Seath? So what with the execution of the professor, and the subsequent reign of the Reaper of the Bailey, I successfully safeguarded law and order in our mighty capital for the past decade. That is everything. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, I do hereby confess, it was I who sired the concept of the Reaper. However, let me say in my defense, it was all for the preservation of law and order across the entire empire. Lord Strongheart did it? An unforgivable collection of crimes, but still! All those who died at the Reaper's hand were rotted to the core anyway. It was all in aid of keeping London safe. There's no one left now who could reveal the precise truth of what happened 10 years ago. Therefore, this trial can go no further. Now, I would like to entreat all those present. Beyond these four walls, nobody need know the truth. Even Her Majesty must be protected from this. I trust you all appreciate the importance of my request. It is, of course, for the good of the country. Uh, can he do this? Can the trial really end now?
Hold it!
I have one last question. For the accused, Lord Van Zeeks. What? Of course I know that you're a highly accomplished prosecutor. So I find it hard to believe that you didn't have any doubts at all. That you never suspected your older brother. Yes, the same thought occurred to me. It was only once, but... yes. I couldn't say that I never had my doubts. My brother's sense of justice was extremely strong. Perhaps too strong, I observed. At the time, there were members of the aristocracy who were bleeding the country dry for their own gain. And since they were nobles, they were untouchable. For my brother, it was a source of great turmoil. And coincidentally, at the same time, the professor began his terrifying reign. During the time of the professor's killings, my brother did not appear to be himself. That made you suspect? Yes. But it was only once, not more. Only once? Really? Clint wasn't the culprit. That was my conclusion at the time. I still believe that now. Do you have any evidence to support that idea? The third victim was the Lord Chief Justice at the time. It was he who had recognized my brother's potential and trained him as a prosecutor. No matter what the circumstances, it's unthinkable that my brother could have killed his friend and mentor. That will do. Neither Clint Van Zeeks nor Genshin Osagi still walk this earth. However much we debate this matter now, we cannot hope to reach a conclusion. But there are only two extant pieces of evidence from the time. The woebegone ring that acted as the incriminating evidence to condemn Genshin Osagi. The third page last will, testament penned in blackened ink and left behind by the man. The wretched truth of what happened is exactly as I have explained. Later today, I will present myself at the Ministry of Justice for whatever sanction is deemed appropriate. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
Ooh. Thank you, Kazuma. Me? Wasn't for you? I wouldn't have made this 11th hour discovery. What discovery? My lord! I'm afraid I must insist the trial continues. I beg your pardon. The court has been reminded today already. We must stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth. To that end, one particular statement made by somebody in this courtroom moments ago revealed a very subtle contradiction. What contradiction? But all I did was ask the accused one simple question. Well, it began with Lord Van Zeeks and his recollection about his brother. But Lord Strongheart didn't permit the defendant to speak at length. Really pointed out that we could draw no further useful conclusions here. So where on earth is that contradiction? One of them definitely just said something contradictory. I had to identify who. It's gotta be Lord Strongheart, right? It's Lord Strongheart, I'm sure of it. Something he said was slightly off. Come on, Ryunosuke. Think back over his words. Find the problem. Neither Clint Van Zieks nor Genshin Osugi still walk this earth. However much we debate this matter now, we cannot hope to reach a conclusion. There are only two exact pieces of evidence from the time. The woebegone ring that acted as the incriminating evidence to condemn Genshin Osugi. The 3-page last will testament penned in black ink and left behind by the man. Lord Strongheart, would you care to explain? Explain what, Council? Among the statements you made just a few moments ago, something you said was inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence we have. Inconsistent? And whilst that inconsistency remains, the defense has a right to pursue an explanation. Ryunosuke, what? Let me warn you about the statement you are making, Council. They may very well prove fatal. You claim my words contain a contradiction. With which piece of evidence, I ask you? Well, you said there's 3 pages to a 2-page will.
Take that!
This here is the will left behind by Mr. Osugi. The 2-page will. What? Yet moments ago, your precise words were the 3-page last will and testament. Ah! Could it be that originally there was a 3rd page? For a moment, thought perhaps you identified something worthwhile. It's a mere trifle, I see. A trifle? Governor Caden. What can I do for you, sir? You were present when the Japanese man penned his last will and testament. I was there, for sure. I remember the black, webby, little scrolls here to this day. And, quite certain, my lord, that there was a 3rd page at the time. What? Only the first 2 pages were the actual will, though. If I mind correctly, the 3rd was a message to his lad back in the Japan. The legal purpose says we require only his will. We wouldn't have wanted any uncomfortable words about British, get back to Japan, eh? So it was decided that the 3rd page, hold it to be sent.
Objection!
How dare you make that decision? I had a right to know what it said. To hear my father's final words to me. Courtroom is no place for sentimentality, Council. As it happens, I have a 3rd page of the document with me here. My father's message? It will be given to you at the end of these proceedings. It'll be too late once the trial's over. We need to know what it says now. And the slightest thing might give us a vital clue. My lord, the defense calls for Genshin Osugi's last words to his son to be read out loud before the court now. Your request is denied. Inevitability, my lord Edwards, can be of no consequence now.
Objection!
The prosecution agrees. The court should know the content of that message. Every possible piece of evidence must be thoroughly examined. Very well then. Governor Caden. You will read the third page of the document for all present to hear. Yes, sir. Only, to point out, my lord, that I cannot actually read a realm language. It's beautiful handlining? Shame on you, Barry. If I could be assistance here, I would be happy to translate the words into English for the court. Father? You're still here, are you, Mikatoba? Naturally. I consider myself a member of the judiciary, albeit a lowly one. But perhaps I should quietly withdraw after I've translated Genshin's message. Your cooperation is much appreciated. Hazama, the truth is shrouded in a darkness. A darkness only our clan's great sword can pierce. Mighty Kuruma, twist thy head, and watch them fall, all thy mortal foes. That's the end of the message, it would seem. A haiku poem. Twist thy head. Father? What is Kuruma? The name of the Osagi's clan's famous sword. Razor-sharp blade known to all, passed down for generations. Embodies the Japanese spirit. It's not known to me. It's the katana sword that was submitted as evidence earlier in these proceedings. The one worn by the prosecution counsel when he confronted Inspector Grayson. All these procrastinations are beginning to try my patience. Adjournment of this court is long overdue. As the preceding judge, I have been as accommodating as possible of the will of the courtroom. However, despite all that, no new information has come to light. In pursuit of justice, Lord Clint Van Zieks tragically lost all sense of morality. When he murdered his former mentor, Lily was already devoid of his normal facilities.
Objection!
How dare you! I refuse to believe that of my brother. Too much time has passed. We cannot ever hope to know more than we do now. Especially since the alleged will that he penned in his final moments appear to have been lost forever. Ugh. Lord Strongheart, you appear to be in something of a hurry to wrap things up. I wonder why. We've heard your statement time and again during these proceedings. That everything you did was in the interest of protecting British law and order. And I stand by that. Without the Reaper, we can never have achieved the reduction in crime the capital has seen.
Objection!
What about Inspector Grayson then? And Dr. Wilson? They were no criminals. You used them to achieve your ends, and then you have them killed. However you dress it up, there was nothing fair or just about that. Lord Strongheart, what exactly is that you're hiding? Dr. Mikatoba, were you not to quietly withdraw out of the translation of your former associate's will? In this courtroom, no argument carries weight unless it is supported by evidence. And it would seem the defense has no more evidence to present. In which case, I hereby order all discord from these proceedings to be stricken from the record. This is my last chance. Mr. Narada! I have to present some decisive evidence now. It's all over. But can I? I should be able to, right? Okay, I definitely think it has to do with the blade. The blade is the thing. Can we twist it in some way? Huh? Mighty Kuruma, twist thy head and watch them fall. All thy mortal foes. That's the proper way to use a sword, is it? I should try it. It's my neck. That's the trouble. Mr. Naruto, I might make a suggestion. I think perhaps it doesn't mean your head. Oh. I once studied the history and development of the katana some time ago. And as I'm sure you're probably aware, the sword's head is the part at the very end of the hilt. It's written as head in Japanese, but it's pronounced as kashira, I believe. Kashira? So Mr. Osagi's words really mean twist the butt of the hilt? You don't think... Oh. Ah! Look what's inside it! Is that a tightly wound sheet of parchment? Oh, we got it, baby. Scarlet ink! It's written in scarlet ink! I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. This is it, isn't it? Mr. Naruto, look at the signature at the end. Lent van Zeeks. And the date, 10 years ago, on the fateful night. So for 10 years, it's been silently concealed inside Kuruma, and nobody knew. The last will and testament of Lord Clint van Zeeks. Wait. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This is unbelievable. We got it. We got it, baby. Present evidence. Wait, my lord. As it happens, the defense does have evidence to present. What? Don't be absurd! This is nothing of relevance remaining for the time.
Objection!
It's high time that you realize something, my lord. This gentleman has an uncanny habit of producing evidence at the final hour that had escaped everyone else's attention. Nonsense. What is it, Renosuke? What do you have? I dare say, the final, decisive piece of evidence that will reveal the whole truth about this rotten tale. How can you? Decisive. Well, it would appear there's no escaping it now, my lord. Let it be so, then. Present whatever you think you have that could settle this decade-old enigma, if you're capable. What exactly is this evidence the defense claims to be so decisive? All about that.
Take that!
there is a single piece of evidence that could clarify what really happened 10 years ago. The last will and testament of Lord Clint Van Zieks. Ugh. A wonderfully astute observation, I'm sure. But in any case, it had escaped your notice. That document was long lost to go. That's right, it was. Only. I have it right here. Discovered just moments ago. Impossible, that can't be! Everything that's happened comes back to this will. This document is the key that will unlock the entire mystery. My brother's last will and testament. Where did you find that? It was rolled up inside this. Inside Kuruma? The ultimate weapon Genshin Osugi obtained has lain undisturbed in the hilt of this sword all these years. Just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth. The signature and seal certainly look official. My God, it's true. It's my brother's handwriting. There can be no mistake. I forbid the contents of that document from being read out. Do you hear me? I strictly forbid it.
Objection.
You can't do that, my lord. This document could explain everything. That document could literally destroy the meaning of the justice in this country. I demand that you hand it to me at once. Why? What are you trying to hide? Could it be that you already know what's written on this page? Ugh. What are you implying? Cult is a journal of immediate effect. Clear the cult room.
Objection.
Do that, my lord, and you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice. I beg your pardon. Forcibly ending a trial without good reason? And not any trial, a closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen? To defy the monarch's will is treason. Ugh. Lord Clint Van Zieks really did pen a will that day. Exactly as the young Japanese man said. Read it out, now! You have the right to hear what's in the will, a right and a duty. Well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't going to go quite as you'd hope. You fools! Go ahead, Ryunosuke. Read it. The prosecution gives its full support. Very well then. No. God's sake! No! I pen this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m., and I sit at my writing desk, in my office. My good friend Osugi stands at my shoulder. He has expressed his intent to invoke the dying ritual of the duel, and I may depart this world with honor, an honor of which I am utterly undeserving. The Japanese are a truly merciful people. I, Clint Van Zieks, Lord of the Manor of the Van Zieks estate, hereby confess the following. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. I will not here discourse the corruption arrive among the aristocracy, which is to me, as one of them, so apparent. However, 6 months ago, I took the life of the member of the House of Lords at the heart of the depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interests, abusing his position of power. The law is impotent against such a vile avarice. Only a fellow demon could rid society of this menace. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly set my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another. I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded I kill. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded, I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me and sunk to the level of a wild beast. There is no path back to the light. Be it I or my dear friend, Osaki, who dies this night, I am eternally damned. Dear my exonerator, male Strongheart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow